guys, it's time for this month's So You Like, my monthly recommendation series where I take a piece of media that I've enjoyed in the past month or so, spin out what's cool and interesting about it, and suggest some things that have a similar sort of premise in some way or other that you might like if you, like me, enjoyed it. This month's piece of media is the Skyward series by Brandon Sanderson. Now, this is a 4-book series, obviously. If you've read it, you know it. So you would know whether you like it or not. But basically, the ideas at play end up coming down to themes of like testing boundaries and learning what's a good thing to fight for, and you know, that sort of thing. But there's also some, you know, pretty cool character dynamics that are involved, and you know, it's a real interesting sort of setup as well, with these folks being stuck on a planet and having to deal with hostile aliens, and then working out and like sort of I can't go too far without spoiling it for other folk that may not have read it, but yeah, there's all sorts of interesting stuff that goes on in it, and I finished the last book this month. So let's take a quick gander at what I think are good recommendations to continue on after you've read it. So the first thing that I want to recommend to you based on the Skyward series is Moana. Now, Moana is probably better known than Skyward in some ways, so you might be a little confused as to why I'm suggesting this, but I just thought it fits pretty well in a lot of ways. Someone who has to go against their sort of culture in some ways while also fitting into it, but also has a strong relationship with their grandmother, who also kind of is considered eccentric and weird, but very much has a reason to be, and she also goes against the grain in some ways. Yeah, it all kind of fits together, really, doesn't it? The next thing I want to recommend to you based on Skyward is Outpost Zero. Now, this has got a similar setup, mostly. It's a graphic novel series that was tragically cut short because they didn't sell enough or something, but basic gist is that this is all about survival and dealing with weird mystery in the world that in a world that's very hostile, and it's sort of colonists-ish, but they are having to deal with that, and similarly to, so that's already similar to Skyward, but also covers some stuff involving the fact that the teenagers are very, very much involved and are many main instigators of things going on. So they're kind of having to grapple with parents a lot, if that makes sense, in the same way that the Skyward series does. Next thing that I want to recommend to you based on Skyward, this one's a little bit darker, shall we say. It's Attack on Titan. We've watched the anime, but I haven't read the manga, but I would suggest the anime because that's what I know. But Attack on Titan has some similar, the same sort of beats as Moana in a lot of ways, with a different sort of set of relationships. But it's a very different sort of story in terms of what it's going with, but it very much has a lot of similarities in that regard. So I think it's a pretty good one. And the last thing I want to recommend to you based on Skyward is the Stormlight Archive, which is another series by Sanderson, and tackles some similar themes. It's for slightly older readers, I would say, than Skyward is, but it's very strongly on a lot of similar themes, I would say. So it's a good one to sort of throw in there. Especially that last book of Skyward kind of ties in a lot with stuff that goes on in Stormlight. Let me just say that. Not actually related series. The Skyward stuff is not in the Cosmere. The Stormlight is very firmly Cosmere based, as anyone who's read it can tell you. So those are my recommendations for you based on Skyward. I think that it's a good batch. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you think of them. Is there anything I missed off that's very obvious? I would love to know, so tell me down there. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you remember to like and share it and subscribe to my channel. Click on the thumbnails over there to see other videos by me, click on the link in the description down below to join my Discord, and I'll see you guys next time.